Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a fun smoky eye makeup look for you guys. It's very fun for parties. It's going to be a lot of glam, so I really hope you guys enjoy. So I already got started. The first thing I did was I moisturized my face using my Kiehl's Ultra Facial oil-free lotion. You guys have seen this in my previous video. I love this so much, so I just did that. And of course I primed my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my Peach Perfect foundation. Again, I'm in between shades. I'm going to be mixing natural beige and light beige, and I'm just going to bounce that onto my face. Okay, so now that we have our foundation on, we're going to go ahead and jump into our eyes, and then we'll go back in and do our under eye concealer and contour and all of that stuff. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and prime my eyes using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it on my finger and apply it onto my eyelids. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Urban Decay Naked Heat eyeshadow palette, and what I'm going to do for a transition shade is I'm going to go ahead and use the color Sauced and Low Blow, these two shades right here. We're going to start with the lighter one, and then we're going to move in with the dark one just to create a nice transition onto the crease. And just to do that, I'm going to grab any fluffy brush. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe E17 brush. It looks just like this. So any blending brush will do, but that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start off with the lighter shade Sauced and just start working into my crease. So right now all I've done so far is used the lighter shade Sauced, but we will be defining this a little further with Low Blow. Just first carving this out. And what I like to do is just at the edge, I just like to soften it up and try to create like a V with a very light hand, not too harsh. Just kind of go a little bit out to start forming that little V. And now I'm going to go ahead in with Low Blow and just darken this up a bit more. And then just taking a softer, more fluffier brush. It's just a clean brush. I'm going to go over both of these colors to make sure everything is nice and blended. So now I'm going to be taking my Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Looks just like this, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the color Blood Moon, which is this nice orange shimmery shade right up there, and I'm going to apply that using just any flat brush. So I'm going to take this Sephora Collection flat brush and just going to apply this color all over my crease. Okay, so now that we have the color packed onto our lids, we are just going to go ahead and use the same brushes that we used in our crease to blend the two shades from the Naked Heat palette in. And just taking that brush, we're going to go ahead and just soften out the edges just to make sure everything is nice and blended, because we don't want any harsh lines. Just infuse all the colors together. And if you feel like you need to, you can go back in with those two same shades, Low Blow and Sauced, and just take a little bit of the two, tap off any excess, and if you want to soften the color a little on your hand, and then just go back in and define your crease. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush once again, that clean one, and just diffuse everything once again. Now the key to good eyeshadow, like a nice eyeshadow look, is blending. You really want to make sure everything is nicely blended. It looks effortless and clean. By the way, I don't know if you can see on camera, but I am having a little bit of fallout, but that's not a problem. We didn't do our under eye concealer yet, so we can just wipe away any excess that has fallen and then work on our under eye concealer later. Alright, so now that that looks good, we are going to take another shade from the Naked Heat palette, and that is the shade Cayenne. It's a very nice dark orange color. So I'm going to take the same blending brush that I've been using in my crease. It's the Morphe E17 blending brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Cayenne, tap off the excess, and start working my outer corners. And again, going back with that same fluffy, clean brush, just really soften out the edge. And now I'm going to take another shade from the Naked Heat palette, and it's the one right beside Cayenne. It's called En Fuego, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Same blending brush, going to take that. It's a nice red color, and I'm going to just darken up the outer corner just a little more. Gonna go back with that clean blending brush and diffuse once again everything together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do my brows off camera, and I'm going to be using the Brow product by Benefit, and I'm in the shade 4. So I just did my brows. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe off any excess that fell underneath our eyes, and we're just going to wipe it away with just any face brush. I'm using this random Sonia Kashuk powder brush that I have, and I'm just going to go ahead and very lightly just wipe away any fallout of orange eyeshadow, and I can kind of still see it. It's not a big deal because we will be going over it with our concealer. I'm going to use my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and conceal my under eyes. And the nice thing I like to do is when I'm concealing, I will go up like that to kind of create a V on my eyeshadow. I don't know if you can see that. And that helps you make your eyeshadow look a little bit more cleaner. Really concentrating it in my problem area, which is closer to my eyes, and then really diffusing it out when I come lower down to my cheek. But then when I get towards my eye here, I'll be sure to kind of create a V with the concealer. And then you can see that it just looks sharper and much cleaner. And just bouncing that in, kind of bounce it onto the side of my nose a bit. And then any excess, I'll just dab around my mouth area and just a little bit on the forehead. And then I'm going to go ahead and set everything with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just a little on the center. So while all of this is baking, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner. And today I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner. Okay, so I'm done with my eyeliner and I think everything has baked pretty nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe away all the excess powders. Okay, so now that we've wiped away all of the translucent powder, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up the eyes. So I'm going to take the color Ashes from the Naked Heat palette once again, and I'm just taking that same blending brush, the Morphe E17, and just going to take a little bit of that and just a slight amount. Make sure to blend it on your hand so it's not so harsh. Just going to really define the corners here. Just very slightly, just to add a little more dimension. Perfect. So now we're going to work on our lower lash line. I'm going to be taking this brush right here. This is the Morphe E37. I'll just show you how small it is. It is so tiny. So I'm just going to start with taking the shade Cayenne from the Naked Heat palette, and just going to be working that into the lower lash line. So I'm only filling in about 2/3 of my waterline. I'm not going all the way to the end just because I feel like that way my eyes look more bigger and more open versus hooded. And now I'm going to go ahead and use En Fuego, which is right beside, and just working that in as well. And lastly, gonna go ahead in with Ashes. Okay, so for lashes, I went ahead and I used this DIOR mascara. It's called Diorshow, and I am in love with this mascara, you guys. It is so nice. It makes your lashes look very plump and thick and also very long. So I'm a fan. My lashes look very voluminous right now and I'm very happy with it. So now we're going to just move on to the face, and I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite bronzer. It's the Chocolate Soleil bronzer by Too Faced, and I'm going to go ahead and just sculpt the face. And for blush, I'm going to be using this Becca palette by Chrissy Teigen, and I'm going to be taking the pink blush that comes in it, and just using any blush brush, I'm just going to apply that onto my face. For highlight, I'm going to be using this palette as well, and I'm just going to be using a mixture of these two shades. And just to define the highlight a bit more, I'm going to be using my Becca Champagne Pop highlight. So for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Candy K. Okay guys, so this is the final makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more tutorials, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.